morning drifts like silk through faded glass. Every breath paints slow circles in the air. I fold the quiet around me, a shawl of memory and tea steam outside. Each trees rehearse their letting go, each leaf surrendering with such grace. It almost hurts to watch your cup still waits beside mine, half full of silence, half full of what I wish I'd said. The spoon keeps a small crescent of light, as if the moon refused to leave the table. The world is kind when it forgets to rush. I set my pulse down on the saucer and it learns to cool. I walk through the garden where we once named clouds. Now they wander without us. We ask forgiveness. Every path remembers the sound of our laughter, the way your voice trembled when you said stay. And I did long after you left. I keep that moment folded like paper light. The color of your coat still warm inside my hand. Sparrows stitch the sky to the roofs with silver thread. A neighbor waters plants and the leaves applaud politely. I open the gate and it sighs like a page turning. The air is a library and I am learning to whisper. Some memories fall softly like the sound of morning after rain. A hush that speaks, a peace that aches, a window that forgives my fingerprints. Falling leaves, soft heart, the wind remembers us by name. Even when I close my eyes, your shadow lingers in the flame. Love doesn't vanish, it changes shape. Like breath, like sky, like time undone. Falling leaves, soft heart, I'm learning how to stay with none. On the bridge the light bends low and cold, and I watch a leaf spin, brave and alone, and realize maybe beauty was never meant to stay. The river hums a lullaby to those who tried. I hum along, my voice quieter than the wind. If you could hear me now, you'd know that I kept the kindness, not the pain. A bright silver cursive across the street. In the afternoon signs its name in patient ink. I practice forgiving myself in small handwriting. Lay somewhere under the same pale softer hearts. A cup beside the window, still warm from yesterday's dream. The world outside is slow today, as if time itself forgot to move. I trace your name in the forecast and watch it fade before I finish the last letter. Sometimes love is just like that, unfinished, quiet, and perfectly human. A radio far away hums a tune with no address. Rain rehearses its light percussion on neighboring roofs, and the street begins to breathe like a sleeping animal. The kettle nods, the day agrees to be kind. To invite the hint of early snow. It brings a smell like clear bells, a clean bright hush. Somewhere a bicycle draws a silver circle on wet pavement. I close my eyes and your footsteps return, not as longing but as rhythm, a gentle metronome measuring how I have healed. I sip the cup and it tastes like patience, warm, steady, without surprise. The page you folded in your book waits where you left it. The margin contains a small moon of thumbprint, a tide I still obey. Every small thing whispers your name, the creak of wood, the drop of rain, the way steam curls into morning light and forgets to disappear. A cup beside the window, half full of warmth, half full of air. I drink what's left of yesterday, pretending you're still there. No words, no calls, no plans, just peace I never knew we had. A cup beside the window, and I'm learning not to stare. The clock on the wall has stopped again. It always does when I forget to care. Somehow the stillness feels like kindness. No demands, no noise, no promises, just me and the gentle echo of what was I read. The underlying line, you love some mornings don't need answers. I laugh, not from joy but from understanding. The curtain moves like a breathing shoulder. The room remembers how to hold. If letting go is a door, this is me standing on both sides, waving to myself with ordinary courage. I close the book and the day opens. A cup beside the window, steam fading into the day. I smile at the quiet miracle of simply letting go this way. You're somewhere the sun is patient, the air forgiving and slow. A cup beside the window, and I don't need to know. smells like a clean beginning. Earth rinse, sky rinse, me rinse too. Puddles keep small replicas of the world upside down impatiently. Step carefully, as if each reflection were a secret not meant to be broken. The trees drip slow syllables of silver, and the gutters sing a gentle alto. I used to think healing arrived like thunder. Today it walks like a neighbor with warm breath, knocking once and smiling twice. Umbrellas fold like sleeping birds, storefronts blink their lashes dry. A child in yellow boots tests gravity with both hands. Laughter rings like glass you're allowed to touch. I passed the corner where we once waited out a sudden storm beneath an awning, counting the seconds between flash and rumble. You taught me the bravery of exact numbers, how truth can be tender when measured kindly. Now I measure the distance between breaths and find it fits my pocket without bruising. Every raindrop has a past life in the ocean. Every ache has a shoreline too. I walk toward mine without needing to arrive. Quiet road after rain, my footsteps learn a softer rhyme. Clouds drift like open palms. The day forgives in its own time. If I am lighter, it's not from losing you, it's from carrying right. Quiet road after rain, teach my shadow how to bloom in light. A bicycle rings the bell, drawing a silver halo around our memory. I wave at nothing in particular and mean it. The air puts its cool hand on the forehead of the city and declares us almost well. Between two trees, a spider appears, a harp of wet silk the wind plays without breaking. I adjust my scarf the way you used to and feel taken care of by the ghost of a gesture. There is a kindness that doesn't ask for thanks. Wet pavement holding footsteps, a bench remembering my way without complaining, a cloud refusing to hurry the sun. I practice that kindness by breathing and not apologizing for it. Quiet road after rain, leave my old maps under the sky. Let the river write the rest, I'll read it when it's dry. I don't need to prove I'm better There's a drawer that breathes like a small creature, full of paper mornings. I open it and every sheet lifts its pale wings. Dear you, I almost write and stop and start again. The hardest part of kindness is not the same. It's choosing what not to ask for outside. Sparrowhead is the sky, removing a cloud with a single syllable. I envy such concise mercy. I gather the drafts and lay them like tiles on the table, a mosaic of nearly said, nearly brave, nearly healed. Ink pools in the corner of a word, and I recognize my own hesitation. The way love can hide inside grammar and wait for permission. A breeze crosses the room with the smell of distant jasmine. I let it read over my shoulder and it nods. Dear editor of weather, some letters don't travel by mail, they choose light routes. Steam on glass, laughter on a stair, a lamp that stays up late. Letters I never sent, still found you somehow in the open window, in the softened vow. If the world is kind, it will pass them along as warm hands pass in a quiet song. I'll keep my copy here inside the chest, addressed to letting go, signed with my rest. I remember your winter coat, the one that made the air behave. How you never folded a page without apologizing to the book. How you saved the crust for the birds and said their names like neighbors. I wanna write, thank you for the ordinary holy, for teaching me to bless. A kettle for boiling, a chair for staying, a night for ending on time. But thank you is too small for skies with nowhere to fall. So I seal the letters with breath and give them to the lamp. Light travels faster than apology anyway. If they arrive, may they arrive as gentleness does on tiptoe, already forgiven. Letters I never sent keep traveling as light. When you reach them, be quiet and bright. Tell the past it can be tired now. I'll take the shift, I'll write our names in water and let the river live. Voice would be a late chrysanthemum, gold at the edges, tea warm at the core. I didn't know I kept it. Pressed between pages until the day's sunlight found it and the room turned tender. There are colors without names, and you taught me how to recognize them. The pink of almost laughing, the blue of not quite crying, the clear of both at once. I keep those swatches in my pocket for hard weather. I say your name and the floor answers softly, not a ghost, an echo domesticated by time. I stir honey into tea and watch the slow amber universe accept a new start. Forgiveness arrives like that. Quiet chemistry, nothing dramatic, only real. If I am kinder, it's because your absence taught me the weight of what I carried when you were here. I used to ask the mirror to rehearse our arguments. Now it practices soft light instead, and we both look better. The color of your voice still warms the room without asking for a chair or a reason to stay. I don't paint over it, I open the window so it can travel as kindness does, farther each day. If grace has a shade, it's the one I wear when I let the small hurts choose their. On the street, someone tunes a guitar until evening agrees. A bicycle whispers past the spokes so silver into dusk. I walk slower than I used to and arrive more honestly. If I meet your memory on the corner, we nod like neighbors who share a fence of light. Yours, mine, gently maintained. I forgive the morning for ending too soon, the night for being longer when we needed it short, my hands for closing when they were frightened. I open them now and find music there. The color of your voice no longer asks to be named. It lives as warmth on the cup, as kindness on the stair. Whatever we were has turned into air that sings, not loudly, steadily, wherever light wears wings. At evening the garden remembers our names better than we do. Lanterns lift their small moons. The path glows with careful grammar. I press my palm to the low stone wall, and it returns my temperature with interest. If comfort is a plant, it grows here, leaf by leaf, a hush that photosynthesizes sorrow. A cat writes cursive through the time. The rosemary forgives my clumsy hands. Someone laughs on the other side of the hedge, and the sound climbs over like jasmine. I sit on the bench that understands my spine. It has been tutoring posture in embassy for years. Above me laid roses practice the art of staying without pretending to be spring. The air smells like old books and rain-cooled iron. Even the gnats orbit with respect around the candle of dusk. Evening garden, hold me steady. Teach the night to enter, ready not to take, but just to rest. Leaf on leaf, a gentler chest. If I must cry, let it be dew. If I must speak, let it be true. I remember our last argument and how the basil refused to take sides. We were both tired of winning the sky, turned the color of reprieve, and we forgot the point on purpose. Later we shared fruit over the sink, juice warming our wrists into truce. I want to send that moment to everyone. A seed packet labeled for when you think you can't be kind again. When passes rehearsing a choir made of small leaves. Consolation is not loud, it is a chair pulled close to your breathing. A second cup poured without asking. A light left on the right room. Evening garden, keep this open. Teach tomorrow I am woven from the roots that learn to stay, from the dark that learns the way. Let my heart be shade and sun, place to pause and then to run. Loosens its careful braid, stars slip back into their velvet drawer. I sit by the window and feel the hinge of the world turn without complaint. Somewhere bread is rising, somewhere a nurse is changing a bandage of sky. The city clears its throat with the first enamel clink of cups, and a small bird underlines the horizon with a bright portable line. I warm my hands on a cup that believes in me. Steam lifts a gentle banner above the rim, declaring almost. The dark was a house we rented, the dawn is a key we own. If I made it through, it wasn't by winning, it was by listening till the fear grew sleepy. inside my chest and wait to be invited. Morning will come slow, sincere, and really singing. It doesn't need my proof, it needs my opening. I will be window, I will be door, I will be floor that forgives the day before. Morning will come and I will stay long enough to hear what it has to say. Street by street the world remembers its sole first language. Bakers translate hunger into golden grammar. A bus driver nods to the future and it nods back. I fold the blanket of night and stack it neatly on the chair. Not goodbye, thank you, see you when I need your stars again. Hope is not a trumpet, it's a hand at the rail, steadying the ferry when the river argues. I steady back, we cross together. Morning will come with pockets full of small repairs. I will meet it with sleeves rolled to the kindness of the task. If I falter, the light will wait. If I bloom, it will not bright. Morning will come, I will come with it. You. Night tidies the street with a silver broom. Neon speaks more quietly. Even urgency forgets itself. I stand by the window and let the hour arrange me. Shoulders lowered, jaw unhooked, breath a small lake that knows the moon by heart. If I say I miss you, it is not a plea, only a candle of gratitude left on the sill, a way of keeping the path warm for whatever returns kindly. Autumn's breath, close the door without a sound. Fold the day into a soft, warm envelope. Address it to the morning and stamp it with light. We are not ending. We are resting between chapters. Somewhere a late train writes a silver sentence across the dark. Somewhere a window forgives the face pressed to it. I inventory the room by touch, book, lamp, window, pulse. Each an instrument tuned to a key I can finally sing. Silence practices, it scales up and down my ribs until the note that hurt learns how to turn into air. Keep watch, little light. Not as a guard, as a friend. If dreams arrive early, seat them by the fern and let them breathe. When the first bird signs the margin of the sky, open it, begin again.